Welcome to the Heal, Thrive, Dream podcast, where trauma survivors become healthy thrivers. Each month, we'll feature a theme in the trauma recovery and empowerment field. To promote your recovery, healing, and learning how to build dreams, here's your host, Karen Robinson, transformational coach and therapist.
Welcome to the Heal, Thrive, Dream podcast. Today, my guest is one of my favorite people. Her name is Tami DeMello. Tami grew up in an environment marked by deprivation and trauma. She discovered that writing became a powerful path toward healing. Through consistent journaling, she experienced profound personal benefits and now shares that practice with others. For over 2 years, she has led journaling sessions where participants describe her as compassionate and caring, especially in the thoughtful feedback she offers. As a certified journaling coach, Tami believes journaling empowers trauma survivors to feel seen, heard, and supported. She looks forward to guiding you as you write your way towards greater health and wholeness. Welcome to my podcast, Tami.
Thank you.
I really can't believe it's taken us this long to get you on my show.
Here I am today. Yay.
Here you are today. And so a couple of things to share with the audience is that currently to be on my podcast, there's like over a year and a half wait. But Tami gets in early for a couple of reasons. Three reasons, maybe more. One, she's my buddy. Two, we are working on a project together. So it's a win-win for both of us to have this together. And then third, she is one of my speakers on the Finding Purpose After Trauma Summit, which is coming up in January of 2026. And if you're listening many months in the future, past January, just know that we have replays for the summit. If you're listening to us today and, oh man, I missed it. You can't miss it because we'll have replays. Tami, when you hear the words finding purpose after trauma, what pops up in your head?
What pops in my head is that my trauma is not without purpose, that there is some benefit to having had the trauma, which is something I've really recently discovered and haven't always believed, but yeah.
See, like people listening to you are going to really resonate with that because especially if you're still struggling in your life post-trauma, it's very common and understandable, like purpose, that's just a bunch of crap, right? I am suffering, I'm hurting, I have pain, and that's all valid and real. So before we talk about more about your purpose and what you're doing with your life to heal, what about your early trauma are you willing to share with us today?
I grew up always thinking I was bad because I had a mother who was not well mentally and she did not treat me well. And so I basically turned that inwards, and it has taken me a long time to understand that I'm not bad, that she was just very sick.
Yeah. And can you share a couple of examples of things that she either said or did to you? But I know this is your first time on a podcast. I also know you've told your story within the programs that you and I have been in together, but it's also okay if you don't want to share it in a public way. But I'm inviting you. Is there a little more about your trauma you're willing to share? And you don't have to, of course.
She wasn't well mentally, and so that resulted in her creating a very neglectful and very abusive childhood for me. And it resulted in estrangement, and there's lots of examples of things that she did. If anything went wrong, it was my fault, and she was very particular about perfection. We had to be perfect. Everything had to look good, and I tried my best to please her and did what she wanted me to do. So I would clean the house a lot, did a lot of work for her so that she would look good, and people did believe that she was good. A lot of people did. So I hold a lot of her, I don't know, her things that she doesn't want people to know about who she really is. As a
Right.
child, I didn't know any different.
But what you're sharing right now sounds like a lot of mental, emotional, maybe psychological abuse, but she was also there's abusive in other ways. Is that true?
She would hit me, physically hit me a lot. I would
Yep.
she would have some rage time. She would rage. And I just always thought I was in trouble. I was in trouble, but it was basically her having an outburst. And so I would get sent to the washer and she had a stick and she would beat me with that.
And when physical and emotional abuse happens, would you agree that the emotional is what really messes us up and impact us? The physical you healed from more
Um,
quickly or no?
yeah, I mean, I don't have the bruises anymore, but I have the emotional damage, yes.
Yeah. And during the course of your lifetime, what have been the issues or symptoms of living with a mom that was so hurtful? Like, how has that impacted your adult life? Like
Well,
drugs, alcohol, something else?
I turned to food.
Mhm.
Sugar is my best friend. I thought it's not, but I used it because I've heard it called a good girl's drug. So I didn't really know.
Ooh. Oh my God, I am such a good girl.
I didn't know that it was doing the damage because I was so distracted by she turned it around and said that I was abusive and worked on my kids a little bit. And she tried to turn other people against me because, of course, she didn't control me after I left. But she didn't, I still was very attached and wanted her happy. I tried to fix everything for her. And so she kind of turned others against me by, what I think they call it a smear campaign.
Yeah.
Made sure that I was not supported or respected or lie, lots of manipulation. So, yeah, still being in power. She did not want to not be in control.
Yeah, I think we talked before too, like even though she's passed away, like she still
Yeah,
has a lot of influence on people in your life.
yes, she
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. So would you say the biggest impact the trauma's had on your life is issues with food and weight, as well as issues within your relationships with other family?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Those are the two biggest things.
Because I can't control her and I can't fix her and I can't change it and I keep waiting for it to be different. I've had to go on and live my life and not allow that to control me because I was sitting on the couch and just realized that I was going to die on the couch, basically. I had a friend who did that. She got bedridden and died in the bed. And so I decided that wasn't for me. And I got better and stopped being so bitter. I still have some issues with it, but I am better. And because I chose to not let it keep controlling my life.
Okay, Tammy, thank you for what you're sharing. It's not easy to talk about the things that we've been through and how it's impacted us, but let's move on to your healing journey. Can you share a couple of things? I know we already know I mentioned in your bio that journaling is super helpful, important. But before we talk more about journaling, what else has been healing for you?
I have been in contact with this wonderful person named Karen Robinson.
Okay, people, I did not pay her to say that.
I think it was connection from the very get-go, and we're in a program together that I learned that I wasn't alone. I often thought I was very alone and the only one that was not normal, I guess. But through the stories that have been shared, and Karen's very compassionate, and so I just have learned that I'm okay, and that is one thing that has helped me. The support of others who've also gone through trauma things, because I didn't know that. I was kind of kept separate. And also, did you say besides the writing?
Mhm.
My husband has been very understanding of me, and he's very supportive of whatever I find to help me get better. And praying and walking and talking and
The
reading.
deeper, the deeper self-care practices that our program for emotional eaters has taught us, plus are very common in the AA community and other self-help communities, the spiritual connection, the getting the support, the writing is all very common in those communities. And we're working hard to embrace it. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And meditation, right? Do you want to say a
Yeah.
little bit about meditation? Because I feel like you're a better student than I am on that.
So everyone's in their own space with that. And at first, it was really something I didn't understand to do. I've heard of it being recommended, but I've never done it. And so you just start out little by little. And every morning, it became my routine. And so you just sit in the bed or whatever, and 20 minutes, and you just sit there like forever, seems like for a while. But lately, now I do it twice a day. And lately, it doesn't feel long enough. And to me, it feels like a big hug. I just get my blankets, and my dogs like to sit with me. And I don't know, it's relaxing, and it helps me to not go to food right away. Like, it helps me to think about just that I'm okay. That's been lately what I've really been meditating about, is I'm okay.
So beautiful. All right. So next, let's talk about how has writing been healing for you? A little bit about that. And then let's talk about our group project together.
Aha. So writing, I've always loved it. It has really been revealing. I guess revealing is a good word, because what I don't know present, it's like subconscious work. And so I might even find out things that I didn't know. And so writing has helped me to feel my feelings and to understand things like untrue beliefs and things that are true, or just all sorts of things, like different events that happen, and how I could actually improve on what I think about them or how I view them. A reframe. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. A
Reframe.
reframe.
Yeah.
And so as I was getting writing, I always show up for the writing, and I got asked to help run the writing and be the person that I give them feedback. So it's a place to be seen and heard. And I never had that in my life. And I just felt I could cry, and I could have a very intense feeling, and that it was okay. And I could go back the next time, and it was still okay. This new project that you and I are partnering on is something that we're both very excited about. And again, it's to transform pain into purpose. And I have personally seen the power of it in others as well as myself, and that there is good things in our stories. Our trauma can actually help us out, help us to discover who we are and understand ourselves better. And I have actually healed the trauma and been free from it. I believe you also mentioned it helps you sleep better. Our relationships are
Oh,
improved.
lots. Yeah. Yeah. I've
Um,
gotten lots and lots of benefits out of writing. Like the list is actually too long to really talk about,
yeah.
but we will be talking about it as we launch Journaling Club. Can you tell our listeners the date and the time of the very first Journal Club meeting?
So the date is going to be January 1st, which is Thursday, January 1st. And that is going to be at
10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Eastern, and it's going to be a free event. So we would love everyone that can to come and experience this very wonderful healing time. And we named it To Rise. right to
Turning,
that.
what's our subtitle again? Do you have it?
Yes, I do. It's transforming pain into purpose.
I freaking love that so much. Transforming pain into purpose. So a couple things to tell people is it's just the first meeting that's free. We have two categories of people joining, people that want to just come and write 3 times a week, or people that want to come and write unlimited with us for the month. So every month we're meeting every single day except for Sundays. There is going to be a couple of times throughout the year where we're going to maybe not have a date because Tammy and I are away doing something together or apart. But most weeks, there's going to be at least one of us in the room at all times. And so, Tammy, tell folks, how long will we be writing for?
So we will write for 20 minutes. We're going to play some beautiful music and write for 20 minutes. And then after that, we're going to share what we wrote, and that will be for 40 minutes. And we get some talk about it a little bit. And yeah, so a total of an hour.
Do people have to talk about what they wrote?
No, they do not. They can write and still have the benefits.
Okay. And what's the benefit of talking about what they wrote?
So the benefit of talking about what you wrote is a lot of times we feel isolated in our trauma. We don't know that other people really do care about us. I don't know. I haven't known that. I haven't known that my story really mattered or that I even wasn't the truth of all the things. And so by talking about it, I've actually gotten a lot of compassion and a lot of concern and a lot of community support. So I've actually grown a lot from just the love that I feel when others hear me. And it's good for me to hear me too, because then it's not stuck in me anymore. I get to release that whatever I've written about gets released, and I feel way better, less pressure.
So to summarize for everyone's understanding, when you join Journaling Club, you're working on 2 deeper healing self-care practices. You're getting your writing in, and we believe that it should be daily or as much as possible. Like, we're not asking people to be perfect. So we're offering it 6 times a week. So you have all these opportunities, and it's offered at different times of the day. So if you're someone that has a 9 to 5, there may be days that you can't do it, or maybe you're taking your lunch break earlier or later, depending the day to make it work. And also, a day that you miss, you'll still have the writing prompt from us for the day if you choose to use it, and you can set the 20 minutes to write at a time where you're not at work. So we understand that not everybody has a flexible work schedule, but we believe Journaling Club can work for everyone despite your schedule. So that's another thing. And yeah, so we have it at 2 price points right now. It is very affordable, but also know that if you are someone financially struggling, you can email us, and we'll have our emails in the show notes for you to reach out to us if you need to be considered for a scholarship. Tammy and I are going to work out what we can do for lower income families or individuals who really need our help. But we're asking you to commit at least something towards your healing journey. Tammy, any final words for anybody today that's listening and suffering? Do you have any words of wisdom to end our show on today?
I guess just that there's hope. I think some days I didn't always know that I could ever see my way out of what I was going through, and I still need the help. We all still need hope, and that it can get better. Like, we can heal and we can get support, that there are people who do care and who want to give their heart to others, and then they give their heart to us. And it's just really, we're not alone. We're not alone. There's hope.
That's so beautifully stated. Tammy, thank you for being a guest on my show today,
Thank you for having
and
me.
and for being a summit speaker, and for being a partner in Journaling Club with me, and for coming up with the idea to have a journaling club, and for being my buddy too.
Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you for listening in today. Please join us next week, same day and time. Also, I would love for you to check out my website, healthrivedream.com.